We open with the vultures, kissing the cannibals. Should I get lonely when I'm the only human in the heat of the animals? Bitter brown salt stinging on my tongue. I wanna wait its turn. It will be ever burn your love into the ground, the lips of another. Do you get lonely? Should I get lonely sometimes? All my friends are wasted, and I hate this club. Man, I drink too much. Another Friday night I've wasted. My eyes are black and red. I'm crawling back to your bed. Another Friday night I've wasted. My eyes are black and red. I'm crawling back to your bed.
The setting for our title-defining night. We're at the University of the Bath in the West Country, where Loughborough are the visitors, and a title could be claimed tonight. Welcome everybody to the yard at the University of Bath. That's right, our BUCS shape brings all the trophies to the yard on this night where Loughborough could claim back-to-back titles or Bath could take it to the wire for round 18. This is what Wednesday nights are all about. This is the culmination of a season's work, and legends could be made tonight in the next 80 minutes that's going to follow. Delighted to say that current Bath student, GB Sevens flyer and Bath rugby player Austin Emmons is along with us for the ride. And mate, you must be gutted that you're not out there.
Yeah, I feel like these are the kind of nights you sort of live for as a uni player, so I'm sure all the boys out there will be loving it, and a great opportunity for them.
I mean, how special is this? You can't actually see it at the moment, but the touchlines are packed with students in anticipation for what's to come. What's the feeling been like amongst the brothers? Because whatever happens tonight, whatever happens next round, this is Bath's strongest ever league campaign, but that promise of a title is tantalising.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, as I said, it's a massive occasion. You know, Bath haven't been up in this sort of position for a while now, so I feel like that taste of silverware is definitely something they'll be looking to go after.
What's been the difference this year? You've been in, you've played a lot of games before Christmas, so what's been the different feeling that's helped Bath mount this charge?
I think I would say the squad depth and the amount of boys who've turned out and played. You know, everyone knows their roles, everyone knows the system. So I think anyone who's had the opportunity to play has just gone out and taken that opportunity.
Like, a lot of focus is maybe going to be from some quarters about who isn't wearing blue and gold. It's an embarrassment of riches this year. at Bath, and that's demonstrated by the number of players playing in the Six Nations under 20s, playing Prem Cup like yourself over the last few weeks. So, you know, who are the players for you that if you were to pick to have 10 out of 10 match tonight for Bath, who would you want to be stepping up particularly?
Well, I think you'll see the likes of the back row, you know, Ewan Coyle, Will Keylock, and then in the back line, you know, you've got experience there. You've got players like James Lineker, Freddie Rossinier coming back from injury, so I think they'll be sort of the spine of the team. They'll be key for Bath tonight.
And look, on the occasion as well, Bath have never claimed a BUCS Super Rugby title. They never won the Cup. I think you kind of have to go back nearly 20 years since they topped the South Premier. This occasion is massive. The expectation is huge. But in a sense, is that sort of pressure-free as well for Bath? Loughborough, they've been there and done it, and there's some. Is there more expectation on them? What's the mentality? You've played in some massive games in your time.
Yeah, I think the focus will just be on sort of taking each game as it is and as it comes. Obviously a big game and, you know, a lot riding on it, but I think Bath will just want to go out there and execute the game plan that they've been practicing all week, and I think that's the way you have to approach these games. You know, we're not going to say it's just another game because it is a big game, but yeah, I think the approach will stay the same regardless.
Spoken like a true pro. Right, speaking of pros, here's a guy who's been on this journey with the brothers since the day dot of BUCS Super Rugby. Aaron James, let's hear from him. And round 17, top of the table tussle and a potential title on the line. Now, Bath can't win it tonight, but you can take it to the last round with victory over Loughborough tonight. I wonder, is this the biggest game in yours and the brothers' BUCS Super Rugby history tonight?
Maybe it is, but we're not taking it as that. Sorry, maybe it is, but I don't think we're taking it as that. We've got to do better than last week and focus on our performance. And if we can do that, maybe, and hopefully we'll get a win.
Yeah, you had a tough outing against Swansea, who, to be fair, they're fighting for their Super Rugby lives, so they'll be upping their game. But where do you think the performance was lacking last week?
They're a really good side, first and foremost. Yeah, no one deserves to be on the bottom in this league, but they are where they are. But yeah, they win in us. Look, if we can halve our turnovers and penalty count today, we've got 20 more options to play some more positive rugby. So yeah, that we've worked hard on just what we've got to do and keep some consistency.
You're missing a whole host of real talented players through under 26 Nations, Prem Cup with Bath and the like. But this 23 that you've got out here, a lot of it are the guys who got that victory against Sandy Park. So you're feeling that everyone's battle hardened for the big moments to deliver tonight?
Yeah, I'd say that, you know, we can talk about people we haven't got, but we've got these guys and they've been really good and they're committed. They've put in the efforts right since August. So yeah, and they've started to show, you know, we've had a good run. You know, with all these guys, and we, as I said, we're only as good as their second team, and these guys have stepped up and shown they can handle it up to this round number 17 so far.
I mean, it doesn't get much tougher than Loughborough. How'd you beat them?
We've got a plan. It's going to be tough because they run hard. Look, they're at the top of the league for a reason. They're probably, if you look at their team sheets over the last 5 or 6 games, they're really consistent with the people they've been picking, so that great connection. And yeah, so they're very well organised, know each other very well. They haven't changed the combinations much, so yeah, we know what's coming at us and we've got to fight fire with fire.
We can't wait, Aaron. Go well tonight, mate.
Thanks very much, Joey. Thanks you.
Big night for the brothers, and particularly for that man Aaron James. He's never quite been so close to the title, but their opposition have been very close. In fact, they've got one hand on it at the moment, which is just as well because our trophy has seen better days. But they're leading the league by a point. If they win by 4 clear match points tonight, then they take the crown. I mean, Loughborough, they've got such a rich history of winning. You've played them a number of times. What is it that makes them so difficult to beat?
I think they're a highly organised team. They know their shape very well. They can move the ball around. They've got a really strong kicking game as well. So I think any which way you attack them, they're able to adapt their game plan to suit.
And any players that stand out particularly? You know, there's been so much consistency to their side, and also that sort of echoes back through the years as well. There's a number of guys who've won cup and league titles in there.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, in the back row, Yande and Conge, you know, he's an explosive ball carrier. He'll definitely be getting them some front football. Be good to see him match up against the likes of Keylock and Coyle. And then in the back three as well, you know, Gourlay, he's had a strong season as well. You know, great sort of run, kick, pass player. So it'd be good to see all them go as well.
Look, I know that you've probably got the nuclear codes because you're on the inner sanctum with the brothers, but you know, what would you be doing to try and disrupt Bath? Because if you give them too much ball and they get it all their own way, then they're even more difficult to beat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but I think the power game's a big part of Bath's game. So getting gain line front football, and that allows the backs to play. So certainly I'd want to be sort of slowing their ball down and not giving them that ruck speed that they crave.
Is it the brothers' night tonight?
I sure hope so, yeah.
All right, let's hear from Martin Webdale, who is the Loughborough head coach and the England students head coach as well, and then we'll join you in comms. Martin, round 17 at the Yard and a potentially title-defining night for you and your Loughborough lads. How are you feeling?
Thanks. Yeah, look, long season, round 17 now. Started off in Nottingham, and fate depicts the fact that the top two teams meet on the penultimate day, and that's exciting, isn't it? It's great for the league, it's great for the competition, it's great for BUCS to see where it goes.
Look, you and a lot of your players have been here before. How much sort of muscle memory in these moments do you think that's going to play when it comes to the crunch moments tonight?
Yeah, look, I think the beauty of it, the fact that some of these guys have played in cup finals, played in league deciding games in the previous seasons. I think it definitely counts for something. So when it gets tight, as I'm sure it will tonight, when it gets nervy, that memory of being there, seeing it, done it before, will hopefully play to our advantage.
And you're going to draw a lot of strength from what happened at Durham last week. You know, you were down and out in the closing moments, but you found that way to find the decisive try.
Yeah, look, the guys were fantastic. Second half against Durham. Durham were outstanding against us the whole time, and second half we just found a way. It was really, really tough up there, as it always is. But by hook or by crook, we found a way, which was brilliant to see.
What about your opposition? I mean, it's been a great duel with you and Bath all season. We saw what they did when they went to Sandy Park and got that historic victory. For you, having played them already, where's the game won and lost tonight?
Yeah, look, Bath from 1 to 23 are an outstanding side, really, really strong, well coached as well. And I think up front, their set piece is very, very good. They play the game in the right areas, and when they get inside the 22, they're lethal. So we've got to stop them getting in there.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Hacking a punch in attack. Here's under the post. Humphrey tiptoeing on the touchline. But there is so much space here for Oscar Wilson to bury Loughborough Rugby Parade. The dream of the Super Rugby Milk Championships. If you want the drama, if you want history, well, right here, the BUCS stops here. Oh, the scene is nicely set here at the Yard for unequivocally the two best teams in the best league in the land. They've been duelling at the top of the tree pretty much since round one. And Loughborough and Bath are worthy of their day of destiny here in the West Country. There are a few permutations knocking around. Loughborough can claim the league title tonight. Bath, the best they can do is to take it to round 18, where they have a perilous trip further north to Durham, one of the toughest places to get a win. But it'll be fuel in the fire if they know that they can claim a crown. Loughborough, they'll have Swansea. They'll welcome Swansea, who are fighting for their survival as we speak against Durham. Symmetry would have it. But they know tonight, if they can beat Bath and if they can finish the night 5 points ahead of them in the table, then that lead is unassailable, because the tiebreaker is a head-to-head. And last time these two met at the end of October, it was a resounding win for Loughborough by 16 points. Well, Aaron James is without 14 players all told through a combination of Six Nations, under-20s and Premiership Cup involvement. It's a testament to the quality with which they've been breeding here. 2013, that's the last time they won the Southern Premiership. They've never won the Cup and they've never won the BUCS Super Rugby League title. James Lineker is back wearing 10. There is LaFleur in Freddie Rossignol, back wearing 15 on the big stage. Fred Kempton, Ewan Coyle and Will Keylock are a back row that ooze industry and will have their head in dark places all night. For Loughborough, you heard him spoken about earlier with Austin and I, that Elliot Gourlay brings experience, class, talent, composure, marshalling things from the backfield. But Ben Taylor, who played every minute of National 2 last season, has made the BSR jersey his own this year. His combination with Reece Hulse will be key. Owain Evans has been talismanic as captain, and Keanu Kutsia, Yandi and Konge and Teo Adegbemele are a fearsome trio to contend with. That back row battle is going to be massive. Right, Austin, we're buzzing, aren't we?
We certainly are. Looking forward to this one.
It's nights like these that remind you why you do it, why you're involved in university rugby. Never mind the 23 who are out there. It takes a whole club to carry a team to the highest heights in BUCS Super Rugby. All the coaches, all the physios, and the hundreds and hundreds who are lining the sidelines here, 2, 3, 4 deep on our side of the field as we look at it. We're under the night sky in Bath at the Yard. And the brothers and the African Violet await with anticipation.
Okay, lads, time on.
Andy Wigley, charge. We're keeping the peace in this round 17 title defining clash, and he's got a decision to make early. Just the penalty, and it goes Loughborough's way.
Now we go.
Not the ideal start for Bath and Austin.
No, certainly not. It's sort of giving Loughborough a bit of field position there, so hopefully things will be up to it from here for Bath.
Well, that was a big one that Aaron mentioned after the match against Swansea last week, that too many turnovers conceded and penalties and field position surrendered. So it is something that is in their mind, and Ralphie Wilmot, who has got a bit of experience as the Tigers 18s Academy captain, recent convert to hooker, misses his mark first up. Set piece win number 1 to the brothers, who carry through the midfield. Alfie Griffin, who is a monstrous human being, waits at first receiver and takes 2 in purple to stop him. One of them is the captain, Owain Evans. He got that late try last week at Durham to break Palatinate hearts and also keep them top of the tree by a whisker.
Use it. Lost now one.
Reece Hulse, product of Kirkham Grammar. So too Yandy and Konge, who wears 8 tonight. His box kick isn't reclaimed, and the brothers through Lineker. Oh, he throws a hospital, and his teammate gets emptied by the right shoulder of Archie Keane. Loughborough in the ascendancy in these opening couple of minutes. Gourlay just glitzing through. Inside ball to Hulse, who steps off his left, leaves the cover for dead, and Loughborough strike within 2 minutes. The Yard silenced by the African Violet 9, and the dream start for the visitors.
Yeah, it's a great try from Loughborough, isn't it? Great counter-attack, footwork, gets the Fen going, and that little counter down the side there.
Well, not only the impact on the scoreboard, but also the buoyancy of the touchline here as well. Just that optimism has been punctured by that break, and You know, you're a wide player. That felt a little easy there for Loughborough.
Yeah, I'd say Bath probably putting themselves under a bit of pressure there. With the exit there, bit of a hospital pass, you're sort of they're not kicking on your own terms. So I think, you know, partly a bit of Bath's own doing there.
To Ben Taylor, who helped kick Oakham School to the Daily Mail Cup final crown a number of years ago. Slots the extras, and Loughborough lead by 7. The James Lineker, who has been involved with England 20s ahead of the Six Nations, but not heading to Italy for their next match. Connor Treacy, who is a brother, is though, he's captaining them. And, well, from the kickoff, again, it goes Loughborough's way. And I was just going to say as well that on the bench for the brothers, Bath, is James Beverley, who secured himself a slice of Bath University history with that winning kick at Sandy Park when they beat Exeter for the first time on the road.
Crouch! Bind!
Pretty tight on the touchline here, isn't it, Austin? We've got a few socials just beginning to muster around us. Some women dressed as sailors. But it's Bath's defence that's all at sea right now, with a big carry coming from Tom Rimmen. Jacob Cusick injured just before Christmas, and Rimmen has really stepped up to the plate, came in and scored the hat-trick in the player of the match performance against Exeter, and showing his muscle there in the carry. Good claim at the back from Rossignol. A lot of pressure on him. He showed a good bit of fight to keep on his feet until the cavalry arrive. Adegbemile, who has been returned to African violet colours from the black jerseys of Saracens, swallows a man up, and well, not too many metres made from the clearance from Isaac Mears there, and again Bath finding themselves defending deep in their own half. So Willett started the season as probably second choice, now has the 2 jerseys his own. And Adegbemile makes a small dent. Loughborough looking lively in those wide channels and throwing out a fend as well. Took a good challenge from Albert Dmitriev to snuff out the building attack. Rimmen. Wow, penalty to Bath. A much needed relief, in fact.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they'll be looking for there. A decent defensive set, recognise the blindside threat.
Bit of action on this pitch as well earlier today. Bath 2's hearts broken in the final play, pretty much, by Exeter in the Cup. They led 35-17 with about 10 to go, and somehow Exeter, I think they beat them by a point, 36-35. So hopefully for the brothers, not foreshadowing what's to come tonight, as Isaac Mears zips it to Lineker. That's an interesting kick, and it's not very well handled by Gourlay of all people. Bit of chaos in the Loughborough backfield, and at long last Bath with an opportunity to attack in the visitors' half. Adegbemile manhandles the runner, and just enough friends arrive in time to win the penalty, but real physicality from the Loughborough open side in these opening salvos. And Lineker
I think it's a good. I think it's a good
Cup, hasn't he, for Bath this season?
Yeah, he has
As soon as
done
you go
well.
on to him, you
Young
go
player
on to
coming
him.
through, he's only his
Oh, no,
first
it's
year,
close.
so
Yeah,
he's been really
release
impressive.
is fine, but the knees went straight onto the body, then up. Yeah.
Through Kingswood School, I think, and there's been a lot of buzz around him actually for a long time since he was kind of 15 years old. I'm pretty sure that he was playing like under 18s academy when he was 15, 16, something like that.
Yeah, he's a bit of a big timer, isn't he?
Whoa.
Much like yourself, Austin. Bath claim it, and they build them all. This is in their DNA for the last 10 years, and they're making light work of the African violet rearguard, but looks like it's finally been infiltrated. Max Pierce breaks, sells a dummy, surges for the line, and the yard's alive with Bath voices. Well, there you go. Your big men stepping up on the big stage on the biggest nights, and that's Max Pierce to a T.
Yeah, Max Pierce, what a great leader he is. Been at the uni for about 4 or 5 years himself, so he certainly knows how to operate, and what a captain he is, leading from the front there.
Wow, how many people do you think are here?
Oh, good 1,000, I reckon.
I reckon round it up to 2, shall we?
Yeah.
All the way around, and willing James Lineker to turn this try into a 7-pointer. And he delivers on their demands. So Bath are level, 7 apiece with less than 10 gone, and I guess the most optimistic thing to come from that is Bath's first attack of any real purpose. It's the first time they've entered the Loughborough 22.
Yeah, I think that's what Bath will want, efficiency, getting into the 22, so they've done well there.
Taken in!
Mears goes to the skies, puts it real tight on the touchline, and just the timing of beat off from Harry Walker. No malice in that. It got there a millisecond later. That would have been as perfect as can be.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with the kick chase these days. Either you're going up and tapping the ball back or catching it, or you're waiting for him to land and trying to hit him as hard as you can. So just a bit of a timing error there from Harry Walker.
Bit of pressure mounting vocally on Willett's line out throw, and it's slapped emphatically back by Fred Kempton. Bath clear the decks, long and into the grip of Gourlay.
6-6. Go back.
He fancies a 50-22. I wonder if that would have bounced all the way through. That could have been a nice return for Bath, but instead Lineker seeks the salvation of the touchline. That's a decent touch finder as well.
Use the line, lads.
Yeah, I think that kick battle is going to be quite a big one tonight. You know, it's about sort of staying in it, having that sort of kick tennis, and you know, when you see an opportunity, pouncing on it.
Well, Willett must be just begging for a throw on the other side of the park at the moment. He's got a cacophony in both ear canals. And on this occasion, they go to the banker at the front. Not muscularly by the Bath pack, and they go for a short carry. They're getting a bit of joy at the moment from the strength of Rimmen. Pretty north-south as inside centres go, but a penalty going off the feet. That's tough. It was a bit of a runaway train there, wasn't it?
It's an unlucky one, that, because it's actually a really good carry and he's made good yards from that, but the worry with that is sometimes you can become a bit isolated in working away from your support, so that's good from Bath there to pounce on that.
Yeah, cheers, mate. On the line. It is. Just feel like blowing off the park. Tom, here we go. Here we go, Tom.
Max Pearce, the captain, the try scorer.
No contest.
Finds his man with such ease, and that's a brilliant line. And then the jinking hips of Will Keylott gets Bath in behind the Loughborough defence. Mears gets a little disorientated and might find himself stripped on the floor. Big clear out coming, but it's too late. And the chance is spurned after the mighty Keylott carry.
Yeah, great footwork from Keylott there. Someone like him, you never know what he's going to do because he's got the power to boss you, but his footwork as well and evasion skills are outstanding.
He was so good in that win at Sandy Park. There you go, there's the crowd. What are we saying? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's like 5 deep, 6 deep in places.
Yeah, certainly the busiest we've seen the yard this year.
Maybe we've sold it short. Maybe it's 3,000.
Oh, it might be.
And there you go, that's us. We're in position Z. Don't ask us if there's a foot in touch a little further down the line because we can't wrap our heads around the corner.
Off his chin. Thank you.
Well, that's hoiked inside. I'm not sure that was the intent, but the outcome is a bruising one. Again, Tom Rimmen launching himself around the park. Adegbenmele is loose and they can't reel him in. Finally gets dragged to death, and this could be a yellow card as well. Given the strife that Bath were in, given it being in the 22. Adegbenmele is getting the plaudits. And Bath are down to 14 there, and they lose Isaac Mears of all people as well. No scrum half for the next 10 minutes for Bath. As positions go on the field, would you say scrum half probably the worst to lose?
Yeah, it's definitely up there, isn't it? Scrum half or fly half. So it'll be interesting to see how Bath navigate this next 10 minutes.
Or will it? Needs to find his man, and he does under real pressure. Bath are putting a tower up every time, but Loughborough snatch it, and Hulse burrows around looking to prize the fingers of the brothers from the ball. That's a massive hit, and at long last Tom Rimmen put in his place.
Lost now.
Still there for Loughborough though. Bath forwards working hard round the fringes. Hulse. Oh, the confusion. Sees the ball go back, and Conge sweeps up the crumbs.
Let go.
And Loughborough, despite the inaccuracies, still have the ball in their hands, and they still come through Eric Nixon. Previously an England student.
Lost now.
Big game against France coming up for the England students at Kingston Park. In about a month or so, 2 months, I beg your pardon, after the Super Rugby finals, and Owain Evans, who has barely missed a minute all season. Oh, there's some confusion, and almost Kiana could see it. Barrels on through, advantage for Loughborough. Rimmen banged by the shoulder of Jack Harrison, but still the African Violets come. Gourlay looks to ride through those challenges as the counter comes, and we go back for the penalty.
The 5 offside.
Jack Harrison has he's landed a few shots, hasn't he?
He has. He's definitely up for this one, so good to see.
Yeah, would like to give a mention to Oscar Bennett as well, who shone in that victory at Sandy Park, but out injured at the moment. Went for a run in a break week and tripped on a paving slab and knocked his head on a pole, and well, he's been out for 3 weeks, and he's in a bit of a bad way, isn't he? So despite the comedic sense to the injury, we're wishing him well and hope he gets better as Ewan Coyle, player of the season contender.
Yeah, he'd definitely be out there. I mean, he's been outstanding for a few years now, but his work rate is phenomenal. He's everywhere around the park. He's always over that ball, and yeah, he'd be up there for sure.
I think if your club Instagram
You
account
can't
is
interfere with
making you the subject of the Olivia Dean "Don't Rein
Good.
Me In,"
Watch off,
then
please.
you know you're in a good spot, aren't you?
Yeah, you certainly are.
Thanks, mate.
You an Olivia Dean fan?
Love a bit of Olivia Dean.
5
Yeah,
offside.
I mean, who doesn't? We're not going to fall out over this, are we?
No, I'm a massive Olivia Dean fan as well.
Back up on the edge, yeah, edge.
Edge, we get the t-shirts, Edge, we get the t-shirts.
Well, Loughborough put a little more length on the throw this time. There's no contest from the brothers. And the rest
Okay, use it, 9.
of those in blue and gold are ushered forward as Hulse looks a little wider, brings in a winger from the blind side, and Ben Turpin, his bust, delivers the ball into the hands of Archie Keane. And just like that, Loughborough retake the lead on this title-defining night.
Yeah, it's quite a clever play there from Loughborough. With that little inside ball and then the offload as well, just flooding through.
Yeah, we'll get him to drop back. I think he eventually did.
Time off, sir.
Ben Taylor,
Oh, yeah.
it was never in doubt, was it?
Okay, time off now.
And, well, you could argue once again, the try's coming
is off,
too
yeah.
easy for Bath. For Loughborough, I beg your pardon.
Lads, I'm not going to put time off every time we have a kick, but I get it. So time is off at the minute.
Austin, why is this place called the Yard, by the way?
I'm not 100% sure. I know there was a little bit of discussion at the start of the year about it. There were certainly a few names thrown into the gauntlet which probably weren't quite so appropriate, but yeah, certainly running with the Yard is going all right at the moment.
Did the rugby club get to name it the Yard?
I believe so, yeah.
And Congate, who has been just massive for Loughborough all season, 6, 7, 8, doesn't matter what numbers on the back of his jersey. He just delivers tank emptying performances week in, week out. Rossino, finally a bit of room for the French flyer. Wriggles free and sets things up for Bath. They're a little under-resourced out there to the right, so they travel back left, and that is a booming carry, much needed, and leaves a bit of wreckage, including the Loughborough captain. Shout out to the global audience as well who are tuning in this evening. Esteemed cohort in Canada tuning in, I know that for a fact. And Elliot Gourlay gets cut down. Next it's the turn of Tom Dye. Some real firepower to come from the bench in the form of Oren Murphy and Connor Van Lyle as front row replacements for Loughborough. Well claimed by Bath, and so neither side, well, Loughborough are all offside of the back feet there, aren't they? But I was going to say that neither side are sort of really grasping this game by the nettle.
No, I think it's a pretty pragmatic approach at the moment from both sides, as we're seeing the kick battle being a big factor, and then who can put the pressure on, you know, when the catch is caught.
No foul play.
You can see there that Roman Andrews has been cycled on wearing 21 in the absence of Isaac Mears, who is still serving out his sin bin.
Back in.
Quarter of the match gone. Adik Bemeli, one of the standouts at the moment, just bringing that grit and almost that adult rugby experience that he's been honing in the Prem Cup. And now Loughborough flash to the edges, one errant pass, and Loughborough pounce first on the loose ball.
Penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage for Bath though. What do they do here? They put in a kick behind, and they'll be glad to send this one to touch and take a bit of field position.
Yeah, I think Bath, especially during this yellow card, will be looking to keep the ball off the pitch as much as they can, run that clock down.
Touch missed. That is
Lads,
a
retreat
wound
in front, inside.
for the brothers, not just in terms of the field position, but just to get a bit of possession. And the Rossigno kick ricochets off the head of Kit Temperley, I think. And Bath, from being in a position where they could threaten the Loughborough line, now find themselves back to their own 22 and circling the wagon somewhat. And just the 14 of them as well. Andrews organises the additional scaffolding from his forwards.
Contest play on.
Contest the ball. So many more Loughborough jerseys around that drop zone than there are Bath ones, but it is the brothers who emerge with the ball in hand.
Okay, use it 9. Thank you. Yeah, but if you extend your legs, it's not there.
Is this going to be Bath's game plan, like for the match, or is this what's being implemented given that they're down to 14?
I think probably a bit of both, really. I think during these yellow cards, it's all about managing field position, and we know what a weapon this has been for Bath in previous games. That aerial battle and winning the ball back from kicks is massive in any part of rugby now.
Well, Rossigno somehow emerges with the ball through all the chaos, regathers and looks to slip it inside, and Gourlay's challenge arrives to save the day. And there's a conversation as to whether it was intentionally knocked out in the process.
Got the option, scrum online.
Well, I think Gourlay survives, but a bit of brilliance from Freddie Rossigno to light the touch paper here at the yard.
Yeah, certainly. I think Gourlay's probably got a bit lucky there. No TMO in this game for him, thankfully.
Yeah, you just have to watch those. Dark patch. Yeah. 9.
Don't worry, Austin. I'm trying to see if we've got
9,
an
you
angle.
heard it.
It's not going to have any bearing, but we don't mind a bit of drama on a Wednesday for BUCS Super Rugby.
Are you in? Yeah, come in then. Come in.
Well, be that as it may, Max Pearce has the ball in his hands and he's got a lot of tall targets. It's a shift off the top into the grasp of Keylott. Gets felled low by a real good hit from Kutsia. And the brothers build. They've been ruthless on 22 entries to this point. 2 visits, 1 try. Are they going to take it to 66%? Alfie Griffin denied. Now the turn of Sprenger. Tries to get shunted through by Dimitriev on his back. Just a jink of the hips from Roman Andrews. The replacement making his mark into plug a hole, but doing more than that. Delivering the brothers' second try.
Thanks,
and a chance for Lineker to level up the ledger with 24.5 minutes gone.
Not a bad little cameo that for Roman. Come on, little try for him.
Thanks, mate. He's coming on now. Thank you.
Well, Isaac Mears is going to be a relieved man on a white plastic chair somewhere.
Just goes dark.
On the touchline, who's not only watched his team see out this 10 minutes.
Yeah, good work, mate.
As it stands, pretty much level. Well, level on try scoring, but for his replacement to be the one to deliver the score. Lineker sees his kick sail through, and we're 14 apiece.
Okay.
Well, Andrew's going to get his name on the score sheet, but there was a lot of big bruising work from the forwards to set it up.
Yeah, it was. I think that's the sort of power game we were chatting about.
Okay, use
Once
it,
Bath
nine.
are into that flow and that rhythm, and they get that speed of ball, it's very difficult to stop.
I think there's a bit of crafty block work from Max Pearce there as well. He's a bit sluggish in getting back, and just that half beat, a little bit of ring craft.
Well, as we said, there's no TMO, so, you know.
That's the sort of stuff you develop when you're in your 7th year of university, isn't it?
It's not quite 7, is it? But
He's up.
Loughborough claim it.
Yeah, no.
Just a little show, just for a moment, from Eric Nixon. No one buying. Willett. Gourlay.
First player on his feet.
Jackling jaws, locking down. It's a brilliant steal on the deck from Isaac Sprenger, who
Retreat
used to be
out,
taught
purple.
by Martin Webdale back in the day in Doncaster. The bounce is kind. Oh, it's a gift for Loughborough, who race away.
great
but
tackle.
it's a brilliant last-ditch tackle.
Oh, it's
Still.
side by side tackle made.
The African Violet pour towards the line, and Comgate takes them to within 5.
You let go.
Pick and go the order of the day. Just one loose bounce of the ball. That's all it's taken to see Bath with their backs to their line once more. Adigbemile uses his power, and he's held up.
I think that just goes to show the importance of getting people around the ball on those kicks. See Loughborough, you know, just the bounce of the ball, and they're
Let's go
mopping
then.
things up.
Come on, we're gonna go. Yeah, let's go. 10. Go.
It's a reminder of the equation as far as the league title is concerned. Loughborough coming into this ahead by 1. Only these two can win this title. And Bath go for the short kickoff. Confidence from their own goal line, but with the ball in Loughborough
No,
hands,
play on, it's ripped
will they
backwards
be
by
made to
Blue.
pay? Hulse flashes it to the left. The chasm opens up in the midfield, and stumbling through go Loughborough. Lightning quick ball.
made the back foot,
The
play
edges
on.
being explored once more. Just the deftest of pops. And it's there for Loughborough. All the forwards lining up, including the captain, to take them within 3. Hulse picks out Nixon. He's not quite there. Oh, and lost forward at the vital moment by Ralphie Willett. And Bath survive a scare, and one that they were their own architects of.
Okay, time off.
Look how much they're going down, boys. Look how much they're going down.
Big call there, Austin, to drop the
encouraging
short
them to
goal
take it
line
quick.
dropout.
But obviously when medics...
Yeah, I think it is one of those ones where if you win it back, brilliant. You know, you've got a bit of field position, but again, quite a high risk one. But
There you go.
saying that, if you kick it long, you're just giving the ball back to them anyway, and you know, by the time they've carried back, it's probably a similar
On the edge.
position.
Here we go. Here we are.
Time on.
Here we are.
Is this our first scrum of the match?
Same scrum as the last one.
I think it might be, yeah.
That has to be, I mean, that's got to be a world record across any league, anywhere on the planet. 28 minutes and 54 seconds for the first scrum.
All the way.
And it partially goes down, but Lineker has it, sends it not just beyond the touchline, but over the fence.
Blue edge of the line.
Loughborough still in the host 22.
Well, as a back, you probably don't mind there not being too many scrums, but I'm sure the forwards would beg to differ.
That's on the edge of the line. Thank you.
Evans, this time just slipped out the back to Kit Temperley, who was rocketing onto the ball, gets upended by the shoulder of Jamie Howick. And Willett He's the next to be side down by his opposite number. Pearce, and a little dart from Holtz, and the door slammed just in the nick of time. Gourlay, huge carry from the fullback, dragging Bath defenders with him. And a huge decision for Andy Wigley to make. But it looks like the brothers have held up Loughborough a second time. And Gourlay's got some power, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. You wouldn't necessarily expect that from a fullback, but yeah, certainly a great carry from him there. But Bath do well again defensively to just get bodies under that ball.
Again, the short kickoff, the option, and really gifted into the hands of Gourlay with the chase. A little lacking in luster. Nixon gets tangled with Alfie Griffin and the gang, and Bath desperately calling for resources out wide as Loughborough wrap round the left corner. Well, Bath at the moment are shackled in their 22. Adegbenmele again driving through for post-contact meters. Owain Evans, another captain's carry, blasting through the challenge from Griffin. This time Loughborough pick and go. There are Bath arms wrapped round it. Referee has a real good look. Adegbenmele acts as scrum half, and at the third time of asking, Loughborough batter down the Bath door. And big Eric Nixon emerges from the bottom of the heap for Loughborough's third, and a try that takes back the lead once more.
Thanks. I agree. Both okay under the post? Yeah.
Just like the two before, Ben Taylor doesn't miss, and it's Bath 14, Loughborough 21. Less than 10 to play of this gripping first half.
Yeah, I was going to say. Huh? It was a tackle. Yeah, but it was short, so you have to release and then let's go again. No, I don't think
What's
so.
your feeling on this first 30 minutes, Austin?
Make sure your winger stays on. He's like half foot in front.
Both sides could play better, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty evenly matched one so far. We haven't seen too much expansive rugby, moving it from width to width. I think you've certainly seen the physical battle there, and
Advantage
the aerial battle as well has been a big source of possession for Loughborough.
Well, they finally win a kick-off, Bath, and they put foot to the floor, zip through the gap, and it's a lovely offload at pace. And Bath, with a bit of attacking spring in their step. But Dmitriev gets met in the midfield. Drifted over the top. Could it be on out wide? Kempton, little room to work with, and the touchline acts as the necessary defender to see Harry Walker dispossessed, and Loughborough with another line out.
So Malt. Don't change 7.
Loughborough splinter the Maul defence. Well, Bath, that is until Kempton and Griffin form a blue wedge. And Adegbenmele latches onto the loose ball and is stretching his legs once more into the Bath 22. Another big carry from the front row, and Congay comes hurtling on.
Yeah.
Relentless carrying from the league leaders.
You're pushing it into him, no.
As they sense that a bonus point try could be secured in the first half. Good see it. Hammered by Yates. Gourlay again injecting that power, but Bath dish him up. Ball squirts out backwards. Evans and Congate. How long can Bath survive this time? Well, it's a knock-on through the ferocity of the defence. And I think Isaac Sprenger, the man to make the hit.
Mark said I'd...
Engine! Engine! Heads! Twos!
Crouch! Bind! Set!
The break from Keylock and accelerates forward as if he had 11 on his back.
Advantage.
Quick ball for Mears and Lineker to work with, but they always had the advantage seemingly.
Again, you see Keylock's pace off the base of the scrum there. Very difficult man to deal with, and just giving Bath that front foot ball. Probably not the exact outcome they would have wanted with that kick, but good outcome for them in the end with the penalty, nonetheless.
Hold up.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You lose a Connor Treacy or a Tate Williams, and well, you got the likes of Will Keylock and Ewan Call and Fred Kempton.
Mate, I can never reward
well, not just to fill a jersey, but stake their own claim. The competition back row is fierce.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's a great balanced back row as well with Fred Kempton. Great line-out operation on the blind side.
Final few minutes of this first half. Bath have lived on attacking scraps so far. Keylock, this time the decoy as Coyle goes it alone. But when they have entered the 22, they have been clinical. And they get an equalising score in these late stages. Wayne Evans, having made a huge amount of carries, is throwing himself in a disruptive capacity on the counter ruck as well. Loughborough for the time being dealing with the Bath running threats. Pearce bounces back inside, and there is penalty advantage for the brothers. Coyle tangles with Adegbenmele. Keylock. The back rows beginning to lock horns. Mano a mano.
We go back.
But it is time to come back to that long arm penalty, and an interesting call here. Couple minutes to go.
He was okay.
Penalty or corner? Not only is it heading to the corner, it's going to head towards our commentary desk. So Austin, this one's yours. Goes a bit long and doesn't go 5 as well.
There goes the beer.
Oh,
just
was it a 2-pinter as well?
Yeah, it was.
It looks like they exclusively sell 2-pint glasses here at the yard.
Lads, if you're coming up on the back, just wait.
Either that or everyone's got very small hands at Bath University.
Yeah, close it if you need to.
Pearce and his pack enter the 22 once more. Can they deliver a third try in 4 visits?
Same move.
The captain in the armchair, finding the resistance light and driving the brothers to the paint once more.
Come on.
Ruthless rugby
That is time, yeah.
from Bath. Try number 3. And they may just head to the sheds level with the Lineker kick to come.
Just what you want going into half-time, isn't it?
Just wait a second.
This match definitely evenly poised there, but again, Bath showing their power game and their set-piece game. Max Pearce is over again.
That's it.
Is patient. There was the initial stop from Loughborough, but Bath found a way to shear around that right-hand side and then not hurry the finish as well. Cohesive and clinical from the Bath 8. And Lineker, on this occasion, drags it to the left of the uprights, and that'll be the last action of a first half that leaves us none the wiser as to who will end the night, either with the BUCS Super Rugby League title crown or at the very least be in the box seat heading into round 18. A 2-point game at the Yard, 3 tries apiece and just 1 conversion separating the sides. Bath 19, Loughborough 21 at the break. Right, Austin, we've got 6 tries to feast our eyes upon. Maybe not all of them your forte, as there's a few driving mauls in here, but certainly both sides have taken their chances, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I think this one here is just great counter-attacking rugby and support on the inside. Loughborough do that very well. Again, coming from probably a bit of a loose kick from Bath, but yeah, great capitalising on it from Loughborough.
Well, this was another backs move, and it was a crafty transfer from Ben Turpin into the arms of Archie Keane. But in amongst all this, Bath have gone to their happy place. They've gone to the brutality of the pack. And after a few dents from that 8, it was the turn of the replacement Roman Andrews to dart across an important try, because he was only on because Isaac Mears had been yellow carded. So Bath were at 14 at that stage, and every time Loughborough have gone ahead, Bath have found a way to bite back. That was try number 3. And again, as have all gone before, Ben Taylor converting. And this, the final play of the half, Max Pearce, the captain, in for a double. The conversion not to be, but certainly a game on our hands with 2 points separating the sides. Let's have a look at the league table just to remind ourselves as to what's at stake around the rest of the BUCS Rugby cosmos. And those are final positions. Newcastle topping the northern table, and Brunel the best of the south. Those two are going to meet on the 1st of April, and that is no April Fool's gag. It is big, serious business, and they're going to meet in Newcastle for the first time. I think that is the first time in 5 coin tosses that Newcastle have come off on top on that. And the significance of that is that whoever wins that playoff match, the North v South, they will be the new BUCS Super Rugby team for the 26-27 season. Who's going to go down? Well, that's still in the balance, because Swansea are hosting Durham in Wales and Cardiff are on the road to Leeds Beckett. So it really depends what happens elsewhere around the country. We'll do our best to keep you in the loop, just as we do for all of BUCS's big events, none bigger than Big Wednesday. punch in attack.
Here's under the post.
Loughborough tiptoeing on the touchline.
But there is so much space here for Oscar Wilson to bury Loughborough Rugby Parade.
The dream of the Super Rugby Milk Championships. If you want the drama, if you want history, well, right here, the BUCS stops here.
I was in the darkness, heartless, left for dead, long forgotten. Something was pushing me, pulling me straight down to the bottom. Then I came alive, I walked through the fire. My mind turned the embers to red. Got caught in the deep, but I calmed the seas, and I'll never be the same. Only thing that I can say is second guessing, fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. When you've been to hell and back, you're swearing that you'll never take what you got for granted. Rising from the rubble, struggle, I'm gonna be the last one standing. It runs through my blood, I've just begun to see I'm the one, I'm the chosen. The power inside is starting to rise. I know I was made for this moment. Only thing that I can say is I was meant for this, and I'm never second guessing. Fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. Born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. Born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. Legends are born when the battle is raging. The blood in the fight, sacrifice that is made, and the reason we never stop till we make history. Oh, oh, oh. I put it all on the line and I made it. Reminded of why when I look in your eyes. I wish I could stay, but I'm destined for so much more. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. Oh, born to be a legend.
Over the next 11 days of competition, over 2,100 medals will be handed out across 234 events, held across 18 sports, held in 5 different cities.
I wish I could swim.
Next out is the Great Britain and Northern Ireland team. Strong record of appearances at the FISU Summer Games. The team are around 130, looking to add to the medal haul, which currently stands at 293.
Nothing keep us together. Yeah, we can be there.
I declare
'Cause we can be here.
the Rhine-Ruhr 2025 FISU World University Games open!
I can remember standing by the wall, and the guns shout above our heads, and we kissed like any in the summer. Don't act like a bummer. Got 'em moving through the night time. And she's sour like a right line. And she really fine, so let's move it. And we get it two-stepping like we three-footed. Got me feeling like I'm in my new prime. Let's get it all right, all right. I just wanna have some fun. I wanna have some fun tonight. Yeah. I just wanna have some fun. Have some fun. Have some fun tonight.
Welcome where it all began, Torino.
The United Kingdom will be looking to add to their total of 16 Winter Games medals. Led out by Ethan Clark, by athletes Robin Munro.
Over the next 10 days, we will celebrate the Magic 11 winter sports across the beautiful Piemonte region.
I declare the FISU World University Games Touring 2025 officially open.
Gonna rank 82.75, second place for sure, and GB. Holly Smith from Great Britain into second place, 78.25.
Ends the match and puts it out of reach for Germany. And so Great Britain become the first ever World University Games mixed doubles champion.
You will never forget about Torino 2025, the greatest edition ever.
But now I'll rise above you.
All right, welcome back everybody to the yards. It is half-time over and Loughborough, the league winners, the title hunters, who are out onto the pitch first ahead of their hosts, the brothers of Bath. 21-3, 3 tries apiece, just that late Lineker conversion sailing to the left of the uprights, and that's why we got a 2 points game. Former GB7s and now current Bath Rugby player and still a current brother, Austin Emmons, is still alongside me. Austin, which team's going to win this and how do they do that? What do they change in this second half to get some real dominance?
I think what we saw in the first half, the kick-back battle and territory battle was a big thing for both teams. I think whoever can exit the best and control that middle area of the field when they choose to put boot to ball will be able to transfer the pressure most.
A few updates from around the grounds. Durham are just leading Swansea at half-time. It's 7-14 at the break there. 14 apiece between Nottingham and Cardiff met in that mid-table tussle, and Exeter beating Hartpury earlier on the day. We're none the wiser as the result of Cardiff University against Leeds Beckett. If anyone knows, then send it in to us because it's not on any of their Instagrams. So we'd love to know that result because it could have a huge bearing on the relegation and promotion battle. But this is the tussle at the other end of the table. The tip, the zenith. It is Loughborough who came into this round 17, top of the league by a solitary point. And right here, right now at the yard, leading by a pair as they seek a second BUCS Super Rugby title crown in 2 years. And Adik Bemele has made himself known in every deed that he's done, Austin.
Yeah, he has. He's been a pretty tough man to stop for Bath, so they'll look to try and sort him out if they can.
And Congay, the other back row menace, just pins his ears back, and it's a brave tackle from Rossignol, the last line of defence for the brothers who've come out to an onslaught in African Violet. Willett, good carry from the hooker. Hulse, jolted by the shoulder of Griffin. It was a big hit from the tight head.
Well, that's 2 massive hits from Alfie Griffin there. That's outstanding work rate from him.
But still, the carries come, and Loughborough again have the smell of a try-scoring bonus point in their nostrils. And Congay, who made the big break to set Loughborough up in this position, just burrows forward for half a metre more. It doesn't matter how many they get each carry. They accumulate enough. They'll be there for try number 4. They put a bit more width, and it's a double hit to deny Archie Keane. The arms go up from the brothers, and so too does that of Andy Wigley.
Well, that's a massive penalty for Bath there. Really under the cosh there from Loughborough, and no one wants to be conceding points straight after half-time.
Breaking news. Cardiff victorious on the road at Leeds Beckett. 41-40 they win, and in doing so they secure their BUCS Super Rugby status. An epic match up in the north, and Cardiff, congratulations to Cardiff, who are going to be staying in BUCS Super Rugby. Goodness me, I'd love to know a bit more detail on that match. 81 points shared and just 1 point to separate them. The margin's so fine at both ends of the table. And Bath, they thought they were away, but they get called back. That'll be a quiet bus back from Leeds to Cardiff, I'd imagine, Austin.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Up go Loughborough. Kutsia, Keanu Kutsia, smartly at the front, and then it shears off round to the right once more. It's a runaway freight train to the try bonus for the title-hunting Loughborough. Bath crumble under the mauling examination of the African Violet, and Loughborough stretch their lead. Well, Loughborough, they've come out firing. You've got to hand it to them, haven't you?
Yeah, they have come out firing. As I was speaking about that, those first 10 minutes after half-time, often crucial, so Bath will be looking to get back in the game here quickly.
Well, for the first time tonight, Ben Taylor misses from the tee. So it'll be just the 5, and it remains a one-score game, albeit a 7-point deficit. Plenty more twists and turns to come, and that is the table as it stands. Loughborough, if things were to remain the same, they got the bonus point, that's locked up, but they'd also have the 4 match points. So in terms of the title, well, Bath need to really win, but if they were to get 2 bonus points tonight in defeat, then it keeps their hopes alive. Hulse goes high. Loughborough hands a first to it, but knocked forward, and there seems to be a chance for Bath to get their hands on it for a moment, but we will have the scrum, the lesser spotted scrum here at the Yard.
Yeah, not getting many tonight, are we?
This is the first season that Bath are playing at the Yard. It was previously the STV, which had the running track round it, the site of many an epic. But the transition to the 4G now, and it's a wood crumb, is what it was described to me. I've been out there, and instead of kind of the black plasticky bits, it's like a load of shredded corks out there. So a unique surface, but one that is encouraging some try-scoring rugby on this Wednesday night. Round the corner, the read is really very good, and the pressure arriving on Rocky Prowse sees Bath concede a penalty, and they're under the pump right now on the scoreboard and in their own half. Now the ball sent deep into the crowd. Not very secure under the high ball, the spectators here, Austin.
No, it is very close to the action, so you've got to be watching from all angles.
Pints in peril at every touch finder. Willett finds Adigbemele, and it's crisply off the top and into the hands of Rimmen again. Cheltenham College lad is bringing a real bit of boom to the midfield in purple at the moment. Still the hits rain in from Bath. This contest a long way from being done. and they win the penalty.
Well, that's what Ewan Coyle does. That's his speciality. Great turnover from him.
So, just a bit more detail on that game. Leeds Beckett 6 tries to Cardiff's 7. I don't know the chronology of the point scoring, but that's as nerve-shredding as it gets, isn't it? 40-41. Have to say as well, very sad to bid farewell to Swansea as well, who now the results don't matter. It's now beyond their reach. And Newcastle or Brunel will be filling that spot. 1st of April, travelling to the north for another game filled with drama and such a prize as well. BUCS Super Rugby status, 1st year of automatic promotion relegation. Gourlay claims it. Got so much time there. And the offload eventually finds a Loughborough hand. Head down and barrelling on goes Rimmen. Been impressive. The inside centre, you think of the combinations they've had in years gone by. Cusick and Preen, so solid, so secure. Been a big area for Loughborough to have to fill the hole. It's judged to have gone back. And Conge definitely came from in front of Rimmen. And Loughborough go deep into the 2nd, into the 3rd layer, and there's too much confusion and feathered forward. And a scrappy passage is going to end up in Bath hands at the scrum.
Probably feel Bath probably got the right call there in the end from that what looked to be a bit offside, but as we say, that's the beauty of not having a TMO there.
Big TMO guy, aren't you? To Bath, and a chance to drive themselves deep into Loughborough territory. Touch missed again. That's a 2nd significant one. And Bath at the moment doing themselves no favours, and they're getting caught on their own 10-metre now. It's a fabulous chase from Rimmen again. He's making a name for himself here in Bath's backyard. A lot of players in African Violet who've been there, done it. They've won Super Rugby titles, be it cup or title, and all that experience to draw upon. Elliot Gourlay has been emblematic of that composure in the big championship moments over the last number of years. Seems to never be injured as well, Gourlay. I can't remember the last time I saw a team sheet where he wasn't named down there.
Yeah, he seems to be a bit of a mainstay for Loughborough at the back there, but solid player, and we've seen all the things that he can do, so he's a real asset for them.
How much of a challenge is that as a player, because we do see vast numbers of players used throughout the season, and that's a factor of injuries, competition, or players getting plucked for bigger honours. So for you as a player in your early days, how challenging was that, having so many new different players around you on a game-by-game basis?
Yeah, I think it can be difficult, sort of getting chemistry at times, but I think the beauty is you have a system that you try and stick to throughout the year, so regardless of who comes in, everyone knows the system, so there shouldn't be too much of a problem there. James Beverley, the Iceman, is now on.
Thought I felt the temperature drop here.
Yeah, certainly, the chill in the air.
Rossigno released on the outside arc, but he's gathered back in very smartly by Ben Taylor, who showed a bit of toe there, the fly half. Could see it, buries his left shoulder into the midriff of a brother. And up she goes, tied on the touchline, everyone misses it. Well, it comes off a piece of Loughborough anatomy, so Bath do get the ball. But the first real glimpse of the back line unlocking the Loughborough defence and bringing the pace from the fullback.
Yeah, I think Beverley's certainly injected a bit of pace there. Great ball out to Rossignol there. It looks like he's unfortunately, whether it's a bit of cramp, not quite sure yet, but hopefully he's okay.
Well, you hope so, because he's battled back from a big hamstring issue that's seen him miss a large portion of the season. He's been in rehab hell, Freddie Rossignol, but back on the team sheet last week and putting in a performance worthy of him getting the 15 jersey for the big one here tonight. Chip over the top, bit of danger here for Loughborough, but dealt with coolly, calmly, and returned with some interest. Well, showing some variety in attack, but Loughborough true to type, giving it to their big carriers, the likes of Nkonge. And this is Long the Caterpillar, as we've seen West since Exeter Chiefs first coined it. Down these ways, Rossignol owns the night sky in Bath. And then some width offered from a fine pass from the base. Andrews back on, a try scorer during his brief first half cameo. And once again, Loughborough too stubborn to break down, so Bath go to the boot. The tackle is tepid on Taylor. And Willett is good at making meters, there's no doubt about that, from the hooker. Flash across the face, Ewan Coyle clamps down, and surely that's his. Ushered away as Rimmon takes it to the line and sacrifices his ribs. Evans just oozing industry. And the game tightening up seemingly. More box kicks, more aerial assault, more brilliance from Rossignol. But looked, it was fumbled forward somewhere in all that. Austin, you're a back three player who is under aerial assault on a game-by-game basis. Is there differing strategies here from Loughborough and from Bath in terms of their kicking game?
I think on the whole it'll be probably quite similar, both looking to put up those contestable kicks, getting the winger after it, looking for the tap back or the catch. But it's definitely an area of the game that we're seeing is becoming increasingly important now, and teams are getting a lot of possession from it. So it's definitely something that teams are looking to do more of now.
Approaching the final quarter, very tense and tight. Taylor stoops low, brings in Temperley, and it's good pressure from the Bath back line to force the handling errors. And somehow, amongst all that, I don't think there was a knock-on. Not a vintage second half so far, Austin. I think we can be honest in saying that, can't we?
Yeah, it hasn't been the most exciting, but you know, let's hope for the next 20 minutes.
The tension and the drama to come will make up for this 20-minute period.
Definitely.
Snatched just about by Fred Kempton. And Bath deploy a big runner in the midfield. Beverley. That's going to come down with Stardust on it. Walker's underneath.
Great take from Walker there.
And then scoops it out. Brilliant pickup into the hands of Harrison, who was travelling. And there's a bit of zip now in the Bath attack from those two moments. To the line they go, slip it out the back, and a hole opens up. This is the best from the brothers that we've seen. Netball pass over the top, and wouldn't you know it? Roman Andrews, the saviour of the brothers once more, rising from the pine to deliver another try-scoring blow to Loughborough.
Well, that's Roman Andrews again. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. But again, it all started from that kick chase. Harry Walker getting into the air there, and then that speeded ball from Beverley turning the corner and just punching it inside shoulders. Looks like Raf Weston's had a few beers.
So James Beverley, the last time we saw him kicking on a live stream, it was at Sandy Park, last kick of the game to deliver a famous victory against Exeter. And he picks up right where he left off, splits the uprights. The game is level. The title race is back on. And well, depending on what angle you're watching that from the touchline and what crest is on your chest, you might be saying, as Austin likes, there's no TMO, which is working out for one team there. That is an error you just never see from Elliot Gourlay. And even the cool and composed fullback is feeling the heat here at the yard.
Looking back on where we first met, I cannot
The Bath faithful paying homage to Aaron James, the head honcho of Bath University Rugby, the closest he's been to a title tonight. And suddenly Bath are going through the gears. Rossigno bumps, Rossigno dishes, Walker release, Walker backing himself all the way into the right hand corner.
Wow, what a finish from Harry Walker there. Unbelievable pace and footwork, and somehow he's managed to finish that in the corner.
The title race spun on its head. And now a chance for James Beverley to enhance that scoreboard yet further. The brothers are back. They lead by 7 with 15 to go. How about that from Rossigno?
Yeah, I'd say he probably got it under quite a lot of pressure there, but he's done pretty well to bounce out of that and feed the speed.
Well, Walker, he backed himself, he had to finish because he had the support inside, but he took the right option. And Rocky Prowse and the rest of the back line there to rejoice in the right-hand corner. Well, Loughborough were in control, but the brothers have hung in there, and 2 quick-fire tries see the league leaders now trailing on the scoreboard and hemmed back in their half.
Great exit from Bath there. Loughborough probably thinking they're going to go for the box kick, but
Roman Andrews having the game of his life tonight. Fizzes it out to centre field and then jags back right. All these shapes now becoming impossible for Loughborough to defend. Walker with the strength after receiving the chicken wing from Beverley. He's brought some real life to this back line. There's Sprenger, bounces in to some Loughborough defenders again. The ball's loose, it sits up fortuitously for Jamie Howick, but play gets called back for a knock-on. Wow, the atmosphere, the whole complexion of the venue has changed after those 2 tries, hasn't it, Austin?
yeah, starting to hot up a bit now that the boys are backing the brothers now, and noise is certainly in full flow.
Is under some pressure to fish the ball from the legs of his second rows. Gourlay lifts it. Loughborough cooking out wide right, dropped onto the toe, and after a few ricochets, Turpin won't receive. And this is the table as it stands. So that try to go ahead, obviously both of these two have secured bonus points, would see Bath leading by 2 heading into round 18. Loughborough welcoming Swansea. Bath with a more daunting task in travelling to Durham away. Loughborough had to dig as deep as they had done all season in coming away with a last gasp win last week. Incredible climax to the season in the penultimate round, and a dozen minutes left to play, and 7 points the difference between these two table-topping sides. Hoisted high, Rossigno gets ended by Nkonge. Ewan Coyle somehow pumps the Pistons and gets through 1-2, almost a third challenge. Beverley just commanding the backfield with that right boot now. And the pressure not felt by Taylor. Skews it slightly, back into the hands of Beverley. And each kick comes with its own pressure. This wants to compete. Andrews underneath it, spills it backwards, and then wears a huge shot from Rimmen. The whistle's gone, and it is for offside against Loughborough. Big question, Austin. You got James Beverley on the park. Does he go for goal here? Does he make it a 10-point game?
Well, I mean, I would certainly back James from here, so I'm sure the team will back whatever the decision is. Looks like they're going for the corner. Saying that the Bath driving ball's been very strong as well, so...
Max Pearce for a hat-trick?
Would love to see it.
Ambitiously to the tail, and no contest is put up. Pearce lifts it into the path of Keelock, who rampages to 10 metres short. So many brothers want the ball. One of them's the captain, who just drags Theo Mile along with him. Finally back after a year out. Can the talismanic back rower have a say in bringing Loughborough back from the brink? The brothers looking to close off the contest, looking to clinch victory through Griffin. The African Violet going to the well, defending for their lives, but still can't get their hands on the ball. Bath, the show but no go. But this time they're there, and it is the captain. It is Max Pearce, who breathes life into the brothers' title-chasing dreams.
Well, Pearce again, that man. This is what he does, this is why he does it. All that experience, all those years of playing.
Goodness me. Moments ago, well, about 10 minutes ago, it was Loughborough in command. But now, having led the table for so much of the campaign. They are seeing their league championship slip from their fingers. Adegbenmele, the performance he's put in, doesn't deserve to be on the losing side, but as it stands, he will be. Gourlay launches himself into Bath defenders. Hulse looking to spark this back line. Rimmen, another man who's had a mighty game. Taylor massaging the defence. Temple, he delays the ball, and it was into the hands of Turpin, but he couldn't hold on.
Thank you. That's number 4, change, please.
A time off for a moment here. And there's Oren Murphy on wearing 17 with his leg taped. It's been injured the last 5 weeks. So just coming back to form. That Matista Houtier as well, the North Londoner, who's another man who wears Sarri's colours in his spare time. He's on wearing 19, so some fresh blood and energy for Loughborough, and they need it at the moment. They need a big moment to swing the pendulum back their way.
Yeah, they do. A try now would be massive for them. Unfortunately, they haven't got the ball, but let's see what they can produce from this scrum. This will be another good battle.
Just as a side point as well, is Loughborough won by 16 points when these two met earlier in the season. If these two sides, if Bath were to win tonight and the two sides ended the season after round 18 level on points, it would go to the head-to-head. And with Bath 1 win, Loughborough 1 win, it would go to the points difference. At the moment, that would see the title go to Loughborough. Now it's a bit longer down the road, but that could be something that is lingering in the back of Bath's minds as they lead by just the 14. And having seemingly secured the ball from the scrum, the penalty goes the way of Loughborough. And that's the access that they need. Taylor takes them to 10 metres out.
Yes, I'm on you.
Taken by Loughborough. It's a sense of do or die now.
7 out, 7.
Their way back, not just into this match, but into their title campaign. Dragged down illegally by Bath. And Taylor will go to the corner, and will Bath get reduced to 14 here?
Very aware of his first phase. They can also be very cynical around this area. Okay? Be careful. Silent retreat, collapse. Be careful.
We've been told to be careful. Didn't hear an official warning in there. But Max Pearce and the brothers are on notice. They need to keep it squeaky clean.
They're fine.
To the tail.
Sack's fine, sack is fine.
They're sacked immediately. So drag down was legal.
No, let go, let go.
Bath and Ewan Coyle must steel themselves once more. Urgency around the line. Bath have held up twice in this match already. Can they find the formula to deny them once more?
Let go, 7.
Short again. Inches away. The mile. No way through for him with Sprenger denying. But there's a penalty advantage. It could be a card. Rimmen slides it out the back. Taylor, Gourlay, Mayhem. And the touchline foul. And now a yellow card will be brandished. And Bath will see out the remainder of this gripping match without Isaac Sprenger. And with just 14 on the field.
Just give them one over here, one over here. Yep.
And Congay wastes no time. And Congay goes it alone, but meets the might of Will Keylott. Still no way through for
Hands
Loughborough.
up, lads. Thank you.
Oren Murphy.
Short.
He's short. Andy Beverley pounces one last time. A knock off ball. Teo Andy Beverley is in disbelief. He is adamant that he scored that.
The ball not go back? Not for me, no. Sure, that's fine.
Well, that's a massive defensive set from Bath there.
Okay, time off. Yeah, time off.
Managing to keep Loughborough out with 14 men. Credit goes to the forwards there who've put in an absolute shift.
And that could be the match. I'm not going to say that could be the title because Bath have still got an enormous task on their hands. Let's have a look at this. Well, no one was in a better position than Andy Wigley there, so you can't deny the decision, despite Teo Adegbemelay's protestations.
He's left for a mark. Let's go, lads.
So, 2 minutes remaining on our match clock. For those of you who are regulars, you know the deal. But for those of you who are just tuning in, captivated by the promise of the drama, our clock isn't exact. We're not perfectly in tick with the wrist of the referee.
Don't close the space, lads.
So there could be more to play. But you feel that if Bath can clear the decks, then they're home and hosed from here.
Stand up, lads. Stand up. Lads, head on head again. I'll free kick both. It's fine, we'll carry on. We will complete this pretty quickly. Turn back on.
Oh, yeah, it's cool, Chris.
Crouch! Bind!
Austin, you've got to think of a player by the way. Definitely it slipped my mind in the drama. Loughborough returned the screw, but it's in the hands of Beverley, who unleashes that cannon all the way to the touchline. And there's no time for a quick one.
Two players.
And not just the clock, but hope beginning to evaporate for Loughborough.
Another great exit from Bath. James Beverley's really come on and steadied the ship for Bath whilst injecting a bit of pace and tempo.
Blue on the line, let's go. Time on. 2 minutes.
Well, Loughborough go up because a dummy throw after a miscommunication from Loughborough. And that sums up rather the last 25 minutes for the African Violet. And with Bath inevitably sending this down the line, Austin, time for your player of the match, please.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a tough one. I think Will Keylock's been outstanding, his work rate, Harry Walker with that finish in the corner, but I think I'm going to have to give it to the captain, Max Pearce, with the hat-trick. Unbelievable shift from him, and he's led from the front all game.
Well, the hat-trick hero, I don't know who that is in blue, but their meters game stats have taken a serious hit after being driven.
Number 3 and number 8 change, please.
From 110 to the next, and replacements coming
about a minute.
For Bath, Yandy Nkonge, sorry, not Yandy Nkonge, Will Keelock and Alfie Griffin making way for Diamond, EAF4.
Okay, let's go.
And I think Ollie Reid is coming on as well. And I think Keelock and Griffin worthy of the 60-second sit down. It's been an almighty shift.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Hold, lads, don't crank him!
Hulse just trying to secure Loughborough a losing bonus point at this stage. Still Loughborough come, and still brothers in blue lining up purple jerseys and hitting them hard. It's a brilliant line, full of venom, and Rimmen slides in.
15 seconds.
15 seconds.
15 seconds, lads.
From the referee.
15 seconds.
So Ben Taylor needs to drain this. And will he rush?
Right, that's time now, okay? That's time.
So time done.
That's time.
Bath have won it.
Yeah.
But can Loughborough salvage a losing bonus point? At the moment, they have one.
Yeah, time's all dead. Thank you.
Ben Taylor sends it across the face, and Loughborough will leave with one match point. It is a full 5 for Bath. The brothers have blossomed on their biggest night in BUCS Super Rugby history. A comeback win to put them in the frame to claim the Super Rugby League title crown. It'll go down to round 18, it'll go to Hollow Drift. Bath win an epic at the Yard against Loughborough, full time. The Brothers 40, the African Violet 31. Bath leapfrog Loughborough in the title race. And our nerves will be shredded for one round more in the best league in the land. Wow, Austin, let's take a look back on all those tries, all those moments in a game. The pendulum just swung relentlessly. Bath hardly led for the whole thing.
Yeah, I think what a game it's been. I'd say that Loughborough probably had the rub of the green in that first half, the tries they scored, but seemed to be when Bath came out in that second half, there was just a bit of a momentum shift. They were able to get quicker ball, and I think credit to Beverley as well for coming on and managing the game and putting Bath in the right areas of the field.
It's a real blend from Bath. You know, we always know that Bath more well and they'll back their pack. But it was the backs who came to the fore in the second half with the big plays like that Harry Walker finish. I mean, there was a huge amount to do, but as you said, Beverley coming on and I don't know, adding a fluidity into everything that they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Walker, Rossiniou, Jack Harrison as well, Jamie Howick in the centre. All of those guys just seemed to connect really well in that second half, and especially Walker with those two finishes there. Some outstanding rugby from him.
Roman Andrews as well, it should be said, with a couple of seismic moments from the bench coming on when Bath were reduced to 14 in the first half and getting a try in the second as well that really sort of alter the momentum of the match. But, you know, credit to Loughborough, who fought and fought all the way to the end. But they could just never quite get free of Bath, could they?
Yeah, I think Loughborough were unlucky, to be fair, with a few disallowed tries, a few held up tries, and probably just that final third in the 22 with a couple of knock-ons, maybe not quite taking some of the chances that they could have done.
And they might consider themselves unlucky with that pass, but the camera angle isn't always fair. And Roman Andrews stealing in for a second try, not hesitating, with the line beckoning. And after a few big carries to get them close, after around that corner again, and this was the can't considered power and the hat-trick try from captain Max Pearce. So here, last sort of act of the match. Brimmin, who was unbelievable, I've got to be honest, in the midfield, sliding in. Ben Taylor couldn't add the additional points, so it meant that it was just the one bonus point for Loughborough. And we will head to the studio now to go and try and grab a few of the lead protagonists in that epic match. Here, let's have a look at the championships to come. The Milk BUCS Super Rugby Championships.
Hacking a punch in attack. He's under the post.
Sample free, tiptoeing on the touchline.
But there is so much space here for Oscar Wilson to bury Loughborough Rugby Parade.
The three of BUCS Super Rugby Milk Championships. If you want the drama, if you want history, well, right here, the BUCS stops here.
Man like Kenny in the summer, don't act like a bummer. Got him moving through the night time, and she's sour like a right line. And she mighty fine, so let's move it. And we get it two-stepping like we three-footed. Got me feeling like I'm in my new prime. Let's get it all right, all right. I just wanna have some fun, I wanna have some fun tonight, yeah. I just wanna have some fun, have some fun tonight.
to come, and of course the BUCS Super Rugby Championships. But for the time being, this guy here is still up for grabs because Bath have secured a fabulous comeback victory over Loughborough and leapfrogged them in the table. And the man who had a big say in that is Austin's player of the match, captain, hat-trick scorer Max Pearce. Mate, how was that?
Yeah, it was mental, to be fair. It was a good game. Fair play to Loughborough. Like, I've played them so many times and they're a class outfit. So yeah, but they made it hard for us. So respect to them. Really good.
Funny old game. It didn't feel like either side were truly clicking, but when the big moments came, each side executed, and you just grew and grew and came to the fore in that last quarter massively.
Yeah, like we speak about it every week. Like we're a team that's able to take on messages at half time. Obviously the first half it was a bit nip and tuck, but you know, we came out, we changed our game plan a little bit, went a bit more direct, and yeah, last quarter really showed how hard we train on the weekends.
So other than going more direct, what were those messages from the great Aaron James?
Well, from AJ, a few messages from you at half time. His message, I don't think I can say his messages on camera. No, I think it's just a bit more aerial, like we needed to chase a bit harder on our kicks. Fair play to Loughborough, they had some really good wingers, their fullback's really good, you know, they're getting around the ball, so just a bit harder on our kick chase and it paid dividends.
And particularly Austin, what impressed you about this man? You know, obviously the hat-trick and the captaincy, but you know, for you, the importance of Max Pearce tonight.
I think just his work around the park, really. You know, he's always led from the front. So you can keep that. I'm trying to steal it from you. Yeah, set piece as well. It's obviously one of the fundamentals of the game. So I think he led from the front, and you also don't necessarily see the work that goes on behind the scenes. And Pearcey's there every session, revving the boys up. So I think he's well worthy of it.
Nice in front of your mum as well. Yeah, she's here behind the camera, making loads of noise.
I think they missed the game, to be fair, in my 4 years here. So fair play to him.
Well, look at in those 4 years, this, like, whatever happens, is going to be the most successful sort of Bath League campaign. You're now in the box seat. You've got to head to Durham. You've got to win at Hollow Drift, and no one gets that easy. Is there any talk of title? Will you allow yourself to do that now?
I wouldn't say yet, to be honest. I think Durham are a really good team. Like, you showed how close they pushed Loughborough last week, and historically they're unbelievable. They know how to do it in the last couple of weeks of the year. But it's just all about big week preparation. Don't change anything, and yeah, keep pushing on.
And just last, what's special about the brothers this year?
I think we're a club that develops players. We've got you know, from our ones to our fives to our rush Ds to our women's section. Like we develop players, and there's always everyone pushing each other. And I think that's the biggest growth in the last couple of years. How as a club we've grown, as opposed to just the first and second team. We've really developed players now.
Max, you are the player of the match, you're the winning captain, and for now, Bath are top of the league with 1 round to go. Congratulations.
Thank you, cheers, appreciate that.
We'll bring in Aaron now, come on in you come. Oh, Max, come here as well, sorry, I've forgotten something key. Okay, you can now take this mic, Austin, you've been desperate to get hands on. Here you go, Max, you've also retained the BUCS Super Rugby Challenge. I think it's the first time we've done that on the stream, so congratulations. One shield in the bag, that's done for the season. You get
nice
to hold on to that one.
Couple beers on this, Aaron, or what? Yeah, taking it. Couple beers on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
Here we go. Come on, everyone, come on in. Everyone, come on in. Okay, Aaron. One metaphorical hand on our one-handed trophy. After that, I mean, you had to dig deep though for that victory.
Yeah, we did. And look. Lots got to be said for Mark and Ryan, Mark Lilly and Ryan Davis. That was their tactics, that was their changes at half time, that was their inspiration that gave us a better second half than the first one. So yeah, look, that's not as we've got a shot which we had to get through tonight, and we've got a chance next week, but that's going to be tough. And once the boys celebrate this, which they should, we're back on track, because we're closer than we've ever been, but it's so far from being done.
You talk about those tactical changes. Let's talk about the Iceman, James Beverley, who you singled out for praise. That replacement sort of seemed to change the whole complexion of the threat that the backline posed.
Look, I think, and Austin will know, Piercy talk about our development. We was Bevs 2 or 3 years ago. To become a probably third team into second team, into now a really, really confident BSR player, and that's that's the things I remember.
But overall, it's been a great season so far. Great event as well. I mean, I think Austin, by the end of it, there were 7,000 people here. I think you and I counted, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere was certainly electric, to say the least.
Is it nice to have captured the imagination of, not just the student body? I mean, there was a lot of old timers here as well. I know that there's a lot of bar supporters who are now coming up and watching the uni because you're providing so many players like Austin to play in the blue, black and white.
Look, that is special for us. There is a lot of people coming from the community. We are part of the community, and that's really, really important. We've got a link right through from the schools, right through to Bath Rugby, but the community, this town's really important for us. And it's great to put on a display that's entertaining, and people getting out of their homes and coming to see us. So look, it's amazing. We're probably, I don't know what that crowd was today. It could have been close to a couple of thousand, but that's rivaling some pretty high up national and champ sides. So really proud, and that humbles you. So we're going to probably try and give them a prize next week if we can, and that's what our focus will be on.
Aaron, congratulations, you're top of the table. One to go. Thanks very much, Aaron. And Austin, your final reflections from you as a brother, but also I think probably Loughborough more than deserving of a word on the campaign that they have fought, they continue to fight, and also we saw the quality of them there this evening, and like as Aaron rightly said, very close but still a very long way away.
Well, I think those are the kind of games you look for in BUCS Super Rugby, and as cliche as it may sound, any team can beat any team. Loughborough are a quality side as well. They've had a superb run, and what a game it was out there tonight. Could have gone either way. Bath got there in the end, but all credit must go to Loughborough as well, because they've been outstanding.
Pleasure to have you alongside, Austin. All right, I know all you addicts, you want more BSR. You can flip over to Cardiff Met's channel where their game against Nottingham is still in play. But for all of us here at the Yard, all of us desperate to know who is going to claim this crown, to raise this trophy, well, you're going to have to hold on for 1 week more. It's going to round 18. An epic victory, a comeback claim from the brothers in their own backyard against Loughborough sees them go to the top of the tree. But in the words of Aaron James, they're so close but so far away. 1 week to go and we'll know our champions. Join us on the stream. We're going to crown some kings.
Hacking a punch. In attack, it's under the post.
Humphrey tiptoeing on the touchline.
But there is so much space here for Oscar Wilson to bury Loughborough Rugby Parade.
The dream of the Super Rugby Milk Championship. If you want the drama, if you want history, well, right here, the BUCS stops here.